Good morning. Welcome back to the channel on what is another stunning day outside. Today I'm not going to be going to the gym. Like I mentioned I might do, I'm going to be doing some voiceovers of some existing videos because I'm not able to climb still because of the finger. It is getting there, but it's going to take a little while longer before I can climb again. So what I'm going to do is go through some clips from the videos that I've already uploaded, and I'm going to put some sort of arrows and circles to highlight some key technical aspects of the climbs. I'm going to do a little voiceover. That's what I've got the headphones on for. Do a little voiceover to hopefully explain in slow motion what I'm doing on the route and why I'm doing it and how it's helping me get up the climbs. So that's the plan for today. Yeah, I'm going to go into that now, show you a bit of the footage obviously and sort of the technical points from them. And yeah, I hope you find this helpful. It should be very helpful for certainly beginner climbers that may not be familiar with certain techniques and why they'd be doing them. So yeah, hopefully this is good for you. Okay, so the first climb I'm going to talk through is this red V4 slab. I'm just going to play it through at full speed first, just so you can see it for yourselves. This is one that I did in a warm-up on my first video in the climbing gym, I think it was. So this is me climbing the route here, just in normal speed, just for context. And yeah, shortly I'll obviously finish the route, and then I'm going to show you the clip in slow motion with a few pointers as well. So as you can see here, start hold is facing the side, it's a bit of a side pull. So I want to make sure that I'm pulling in the same direction as the start hold. To do that, I've got to get my hips close to the wall, and with my right foot I'm pulling down into that hold. For the next move, I then want to shift my weight across, so my hips, my centre of gravity, over that right foothold. So I go from left to right with my hips, they lead this, so they'll push me to the right, centre of gravity above the right foothold, and then I can shift my weight across using my hand for balance as well, and stand up onto the right foot to get the left foot up. So from here, I'm then going to look to reach over with my right hand, and my right foot is going to flag out to keep me balanced, and my hips will be pushed into the wall. That's allowing me to then remain balanced in this position on this kind of slanted first start hold that I'm still on. Then I'll quickly change my feet, get the left foot up, and from there it's pretty straightforward at the end. Left hand up, right hand up, match, and to help the match I use my right foot to stabilise by flagging on the wall to the side as well. Okay, so the next route that I'm going to talk through is this fun little dynamic V3 that I climbed as well. So there's obviously quite a dynamic start. That's kind of the most important part of this climb, the most technical part of the climb, which is what I'm going to talk through predominantly in a second in slow motion. But here's the full route, obviously, in full speed, just for your consideration. So as you can see, obviously gripping the start hold, and I'm going to use the volume on my right foot and the left foothold as well to arc my swing into the wall. I'm trying to generate momentum towards the wall so I don't fall out away from it. So I'll get my hips in as far as I can when I swing, and I'll catch my hands and my feet in a very coordinated way that I'll show you now in slow motion. So my hips move towards the wall. I'll catch with the right hand first, and then I need to catch the left hand because it's pulling in the opposite direction to catch the swing. And I use my right foot to balance off the wall, and then get it straight onto that foothold in order to catch the swing on the way back as well. It's a very coordinated movement, but there's a lot that goes into that technically. From there, the rest of the climb is quite simple. Simple reach through with the left hand, across over the feet, and I'm going to shift my hips up and to the left into the wall, just so that I can reach for the last foothold. And yeah, I'm going to generate from this position low down, because it's a jug at the top, just jump up to it. And then key here is flagging my right foot on the wall and smearing, just to keep me balanced at the end. And then I can match the last hold and jump down. Okay, moving on now to this much more static, quite flowy yellow V3 from the same video. Just going to show it obviously at full speed again first, so you can watch it through. And then I'm going to show it again in slow motion with the voiceover as well. Okay, so in slow motion, obviously planting my right foot on the volume to begin with, and then I'll reach across with the left foot onto this hold. And what's key here is that my left foot is pulling down at the angle of the arrow, and then I'm shifting my hips into the wall in order to pull to that next hold. That's really key. Then I can step up with the higher foot, and I smear on the wall with my right foot to reach for the next side pull. And it's crucial when I reach that hold that I shift my body weight up and left in the direction of that hold, so I can pull against it most effectively. Then it's a bit of captain and flexibility time. Eventually get the foot up, and now I'm going to lean into that side pull hold using that foot, and then once I get my left foot up I can shift my hips into the wall, which makes this sort of pressing match much more straightforward because my hips are in, my centre of gravity is in towards the wall, so I'm not falling away, and I don't even need to use my hands, I'm just touching the hold at the end. Okay, moving on to this, which is quite a cool V4, very dynamic. Yeah, fun one to climb, this one. So I'm just going to show it in full speed like I have done with the other videos, just so you can see it for yourselves. Maybe you picked up some tips already from the previous footage that I've gone through, so maybe you already know what I'm going to say here, who knows. But yes, so this is obviously it at full speed, and then in slow motion, that's just going to be coming up in a second. So here, the main thing with the start, I got this jump wrong. You can see my momentum causing me to swing in a circular motion. That's not what I intended to do. I obviously got my jump wrong. So I get my foot set on the start hold and stop my motion from swinging. And then I push directly into the wall, which means that when I come back with the swing, I can catch directly onto the hold straight away. From there, got my right foot up, reached out with the right hand, and then left foot comes through onto the next foothold. Now I'm flagging on the wall for balance, and my left hand comes up, and it's into a side pull, which is a bit of a pinch. That's why I pull my body in very quickly to utilise that hold as effectively as I can. Then flag again with the left foot, and I drive my hips into the wall again to reach for the right hand. Little change of feet on this hold to get the right foot up, and then my hips come back into the wall again. That's what makes this match much easier and allows me to then reach up to the right hand hold. Getting my hips in was very key there. Flagging on the right foot again, right at the end, just to make the match nice and simple, and that was the climb. Okay, next route that I'm going to talk through is this V6 on a slab wall. Just a couple of key technical points on this one. I'm just going to talk about different forces, where I'm applying them, why I'm applying them in those directions, and how that really helps me hang on the wall. So this is obviously full speed once again, and then it's going to cut to the slow motion video, but yeah, just to enjoy the full speed for now. Okay, so the key with this is the directions that I'm pulling in. So my left hand I'm pulling straight down, my right hand I'm pulling to the left, and to counteract that left force I'm pushing with my right foot to the right. I'm then smearing on the wall with my left foot, and that pushes me towards that hold. And the way I can most effectively hold that hold is by leaning back to the left into that hold. That's the most effective way for me to hold that. That then allows me to stand up and then match the hold. I can then bring my left foot up onto the small chip here. And then what I do is I generate towards that tiny little handhold and walk my feet through nice and slowly. This is probably not the most effective method of climbing this. This is my flash attempt, so it was quite messy realistically. But one key principle here is when I now get my left foot on, I shift my hips to the right. That gets my centre of gravity more above my right foot, takes the strain off my right hand, and allows me to bring my body weight further to the right to then reach up for the final hold, which I grab now. And from that, it's pretty easy standing on this volume, it wasn't too bad, and then can match from there. Cool, so moving on now to this V8 Wasp. And the absolute crux of this route for me was actually just getting set on the start. I'm going to show through obviously in the slow motion as for what I did that allowed me to stay set in that position. But yeah, this is what I really found was the hardest part of this route. The rest was more or less okay, quite a simple climb. It was definitely a very soft V8. I think I got downgraded to a V6 in the end, but yeah, when I climbed it was a V8, so can't complain. But yeah, we're going to go through mainly the start in a second. So that's going to come up after this handsome chap stops smiling on the screen. Here we go. So it's really sunk into the right hand here and leant into that hold as much as I could, and I had to push my hips into the wall as well in order to lock off in that position. I then could walk my right and left hand up, and then what was key here was bringing my left hand back down to the undercling. Felt much more secure for me to then bring my left foot up. Once that left foot was up, I could obviously shift the hips across, allowing me to then reach with the left hand and stand up again. From here, bumps to the left hand to that next hold. That allowed me to get a bit higher and match my feet before reaching out with the left foot. I then sink my hips into the wall once again, and then drive them across to the left to allow me to then reach towards this left hand side pull. After this, it was quite a simple climb. My right leg flags out to the right a little bit in a second, just here, just to maintain my balance. And then yeah, I can reach for that next hold. These last 3 holds were all very nicely in cut, quite good. So nothing too technical from here. Just reached up with a little drop knee, flagging the left foot to allow me to reach the last hold. Changing feet, and then flagging on the wall at the end to match. Moving on to this super fun, super short, but yeah, really fun V6 dyno on the yellow holds. Really cool route. If you've seen my second video on my YouTube channel, you'd have seen this route obviously, and the other ones that I've shown before. But a guy mentioned a very key tip, which I'm going to showcase here, and it was all about my left foot placement. So he essentially told me to place my foot there, right on the top left corner of that volume. And you can see from the video what that does. It brings my hips slightly higher up, which makes it much easier to drive myself and gives me more of a swing when I pull myself into the wall before then jumping across to the next hold. That was the absolute key in allowing me to get onto that volume, to then jump from there in a set position towards the yellow hold. It felt so much easier from doing that. From there, obviously matched up to the last hold, and then got my left heel in a little heel hook just to balance myself and take the strain off my fingers. Cool, so I'm going to end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments if that was helpful for you. If there's any particular routes that you'd like to see me do these kind of videos on. Any more specific techniques that you'd like to see me analyse a bit more. Yeah, it would just really help me shape how I continue filming these videos in the coming days, because obviously I can't climb still, so I'm going to be making quite a few of these, probably all you're going to see really. Maybe do a fingerboarding session, because I can just about use my other 3 fingers now. Yeah, we'll see how we go. But yeah, would really appreciate you hitting the like button if you found it helpful, commenting down below, and also hitting the subscribe button as well. Really helps me out a lot. So yeah, but most importantly, as always, grab life by the plums, and I will see you in the next one.